Hello, my peeps. Let's get it, let's go. But first, before we get started today, I want to say I can only pray that you are being safe, you're staying in, and you're obeying all the rules and regulations of CDC. And don't be too quick to get back out there. Stay safe. Love you. Now, let's get started on It's a Man's Work That's Never Done, Not a Woman's. I am super excited today to talk a little bit about something I was reading, and I was out and about being safe, 6 feet, and I kind of had some thoughts about some things that I think we kind of overlook a little bit, but some of us are very smart, so I bet some of you ladies already know it. So let's start with that saying happy life, happy wife, or happy husband, happy home. How about we just simply say happy spouse, happy house? And that way, it can be him or her that may need the extra love, the extra attention, and not just focus on one person because, sometimes men get a little jealous, so let's say happy spouse, happy house. Okay, so we got that one out of the way. And this is something very serious I want to talk to us about, ladies, about the men in our lives. If you're doing what you feel you should do in a relationship, let's say it like this. If you say a person is a good person, he or her, or she's good and he's a good person, well, know that that person's actions equals their character, which totals who they really are. So if they're acting a certain way that's not very respectful or not very trustworthy or just not the way you feel your person should be acting, then don't say that's a good person. Now, that person could have a good heart, but your actions kind of tells us about your character, which lets us know the kind of person you are. So pay close attention to that, ladies. And let's talk about the commitment. We like men to commit. We like them to be as stable as possible. And as we know, women kind of mature a lot faster than men. Now, not all, but the majority of women mature faster than men. I remember back in the late 70s that they did a test with a baby girl and a baby boy, and she was moving faster than him. So I want to say that's why the law said a woman is grown when she's 18. He's not grown until he's 21. Ask the insurance company, they'll tell you. But she matures 3 years faster than he does. And it doesn't make him slow. That just means it takes more out of him to catch up where we are, only because they take their time. We move very swiftly, we're very loquacious, they're kind of quiet, and they're not always totally the opposite of what we are, but they are who they are. And we all have to respect the fact that the man that's in your life, respect who he is. Respect his level of growth, because everybody didn't get the same rearing. Everybody didn't get the same information. So try not to say she's old enough to know better, or he's old enough to know better, or he should know better by now. Well, let's look at it. If no one was there to teach him or teach her, then how can you say they should already know? Because a lot of people rearing in their background plays a lot in the adult they become. So if you have the opportunity to show them an alternate route or an alternate way to live or an alternate way to say or do things, share it. You say you love him, you say you love her, share the information. And that way the unity will come together. and your household will run a lot smoother. So don't always try and make him do what it is that you want him to do. Ask. Just ask him, what you want to do. So let's do this. Let's remember that giving up, I won't say freedom, but giving up the opportunity to be able to talk to whomever they want to, when they want to, and test waters over here or move over here, just, move about. Letting all of that go really means that he's really in love with whomever it is that made him change and become the man he know he should be and the man he want to be. And if that's you, kudos to you, sisters. So just give him some time, be patient. Now, not too patient, but sit down and talk about it and smooth it out and just kind of listen to what he's not saying. And don't overtalk him. Let him finish. And then you chime in and tell him what you think or help him out with some pointers or however. And so don't be so pushy, like we know we can be at times. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to read from the book. I am on, hopefully you have your books. If not, go and purchase it. It is worldwide. You can go online and you can order the book and it'll pop up. It's a man's work that's never done, not a woman's. And if you're just joining me, if this is your first time, this book is not female bashing. It's actually just telling you that the responsibility that we expect for them to have and continue to do is what this book is about. It doesn't matter whether he's rich or wealthy or he worked his way from the bottom up. We still expect for them to have the same responsibility. We still expect things from them, the protection and all of those good things that we know that they're doing. So I'm on page 90. This is about, I love Frankie. Frankie is my third character. He's had some ups and downs and life has been good and then it's been a little weary. But I'll say this to you. If you want to live a life of love, peace, serenity, and all that you hope and desire it to be, then be an honest, loving, suitable helper, ladies. Be a calendar for the best memories and history you've created with him. Your vows, take your vows. And when we say that, it's like, for better, for worse, richer or poor, be serious about those things. When you say that, it's not just a ritual. You're saying this is what you're going to do. And all of those other things right before you said I do mean that. Oh, I can hear some of you mostly saying, what about him? Shouldn't he do the same? Well, that depends on the kind of man you chose to say I do to. Were you in a rush because you thought he may change his mind? Then what does that say about the relationship that you're going to be in with him? If you're in a hurry and you think that he's going to change his mind or he's going to say no, then you might want to double think about the I do's and I wills. Kind of step back a little bit and ask more questions. Find out where he really is. Find out what he's thinking. And if it kind of matches, then that's a go. If it doesn't, ladies, please, 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 please know that everybody has their own mind. Everybody thinks the way they want to think. You cannot make a grown person change his or her mind. So if you're willing to go alone with the way he is or the way he's feeling, then okay, but don't complain about it later. And the same with him. When someone show you who they are, believe them the first time. And then if you think that you can talk it out, if you think that it can be solved, or you can love them past whatever it is that you feel is not going to work, then do that. But if it's not, then just say goodbye and walk away. And that's what you do. So that's what Frankie is doing in this book. He's trying to get his life on track. He's trying not to remember his past. And let me say this, you cannot always use your past as an excuse for hurt and pain. Come on now. The more you grow, the older you get, the more you learn. And if you don't get it from someone else, you've heard it, you've seen it, or you've read it. So if you want to be a better person, think better, do better, be better. So don't be a deceiver. Don't be a person who thinks that everything revolves around how you feel. Ladies, sometimes we'll get a little, it's not called self-centered, but we'll get a little selfish. Let me just say that, because we want what we want when we want it. But you have to remember, he's a part of the equation as well. So ask, no matter how bad you want it, no matter how bad you want to go, talk and communicate, because it's he who you will expect to make everything happen after he says, okay. You make the plans, you make this, and you get the clothes, and you decide what we're going to wear. Then you're looking for him to make sure that the finances are there, the protection is there, the travel agency, all of these other things happen if something should break down. You are going to look for him to fix that. So let's do a lot more happy spouse, happy house, instead of all of the other things. And I promise you, if you do that, and if you love the person you with, what does that song say? If you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you with. No, don't do that. You have a choice. Make your choice and stand on the choice that you make. And I'm going to sign out now. Just remember, ladies, men are afraid of commitment if they don't have time to think it out, if they don't have that space that they need to get their self and their mind ready for just loving you and only you. Being exclusive, that's what we want. So if you give a little, you'll get a lot. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. And just know you are loved and appreciated. Meet me back here next Thursday in the relationship room, where it's a man's work that's never done, not a woman's, with author Shirley A. Jones. Check my website out, shirley.jones.webs.com. Let me say it again, shirleyjones.webs, that's with an S, .com. Smooches. Bye.